controlled, or Chorus or Rogers, the big oligarchs, they should not dominate it. They should get next to nothing of it, frankly. And the current government is basically trying to help the big corporate controlled, state-backed media. I don't want to do that. I want to get rid of the favors for the big guys and allow for true entrepreneurial, independent, free market media.
Which kind of leads into my next question. I think that a lot of people are scared to start a small business now because you almost get punished for being successful, and there are a
Right.
lot of risks that come along with starting a brand new business. How do you plan to help these small business owners, and how do you maybe hope to incentivize it a bit more so you're not penalized simply for being successful and contributing to the Canadian economy?
Yes, and this is a byproduct of Trudeau's radical socialist agendas. He seeks to punish anyone who succeeded independently of the government, and then enrich a very small group of government friends through special handouts and favors for them. I want exactly the opposite. Get rid of the favors and the handouts and unleash free enterprise with low taxes, fast permits, and open competition. With a system that allows you to keep the fruits of your labor. I've also announced that within 60 days of becoming Prime Minister, I'll launch a tax reform task force that will design for me a bring-it-home tax cut that will lower taxes on those who work, invest, and make stuff in Canada so that we can bring home more powerful paychecks and production. That it will be simpler, cutting 20% of the compliance and enforcement costs of the tax system, and fairer by cutting off the handouts, taxpayer-funded handouts to big multinationals, and using the savings to lower taxes for the working class people, so that that waitress, that high school kid who gets his first job, they keep more of their paycheck and their work is actually rewarded. That's my common sense plan.
And now I want to shift things over to Anna. I have seen that you've been posting a lot about advocacy for different human trafficking issues that are happening worldwide. Would this be your advocacy, or what would your priorities be if you were to be the future First Lady of Canada?
I'm definitely focused right now on human trafficking. I have a project that would launch in August where I want to shed the light on the issue of human trafficking happening right here at home in our backyard. It's happening more and more. It's growing, and it's our girls. It's our women and our girls. Often we think that this is a third world problem in a far foreign land, but it's happening right here. These women get coerced, and human trafficking for the purpose of sexual exploitation, it's still disproportionately higher than all of the other forms of human trafficking. But we also see human trafficking also for labor, and unfortunately our immigrants are a big target when it comes to that. So I want to shed light on the problem here, and hopefully that we can make changes through policy.
And I'd love to know as well, just as a Latina, what it would mean for you to be the first Latina First Lady of Canada.
Well, I'm hoping to be a strong voice for the Latin community. As you were saying, it's unfortunate that somehow a lot of the blame is put on immigrants right now for things that are happening, bad things. So I just want to bring back and remind people that this country was built on immigration, and that there is a positive immigration and a positive outcome from it. And I just want to be a positive model for that and be a strong voice and keep our culture vibrant. And I'm a strong believer in multiculturalism. And yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do.
Amazing. And now I think recently, online especially, but in mainstream media as well, it is kind of frowned upon for young people to vote Conservative. I think that the Conservative Party is associated with an older, wealthier, whiter crowd. And I would love to know, what are you doing to appeal to those younger Canadians to show them that you do care about what they care about, whether it's climate change or other topics that are important to them?
Well, right now, in truth, we're crushing Trudeau with youth. If you look at the polling data, Trudeau is now in third place. He is, he is about as popular as a root canal with voters under the age of 40. And I'm in first place among that group. And the reason why is obvious. I'm the only one who gives you the hope of ever owning a home. I mean, Trudeau's destroyed. Like, I'll give you an example. I got a guy in my riding who said to me, he has the same job as his mother had, literally in the same office building in downtown Ottawa. And yet, he cannot even come close to affording the same house that she bought. So he's living in the basement of that house. And she bought that house when she was in her 20s. So he's saying, wait a sec here, why is it before Trudeau, my mom with this job could buy a house, but now it's not possible? And they look around and say, Jagmeet Singh is offering exactly what Trudeau is offering. So who does that leave? The one guy who's actually delivered affordable homes when he was minister, who offers a common sense plan to reward hard work. You know, there's a misconception that young people just want a freebie from the government. That's not true. A freebie might be temporarily satisfying, but it's not fulfilling as a life. Work is about not just about having a living, it's about having a life. And young people want to work, they want to start businesses, they want to achieve something, they want to get married and have kids. And I'm the only leader that offers a common sense plan that will allow them to do that. And that is why I will win the youth vote. And that is why Trudeau is despised among Canada's youth.
Just to add on to that, I have heard from some people in my age range that there is still a little bit of a concern in terms of owning a home, but also having a planet on which to have that home. Is there a sort of environmental policy or some sort of climate change plan that you think would be important for Canada?
We think technology is better than taxes. We need nuclear power, small modular nuclear reactors, hydroelectric dams to power our grid emissions-free. That means fast permits. Right now, those projects take 20 years to get permitted. We could do that in 2 or 3 years. And that way we could have abundant, and affordable, and clean energy. Secondly, there's only one atmosphere. So pushing production out of Canada to more polluting for foreign jurisdictions not only does damage to our economy, but does damage to the earth. So I want to bring the production home to our country by mining strategic minerals in Canada through fast permits, rather than pushing that to China. And secondly, I want to sell our natural gas to wean Asia off of dirty coal. If India were to supply half of its new demand for electricity with our clean Canadian natural gas rather than dirty coal, it would displace 2.5 billion tons of global emissions, which is 3 times the total emissions of our entire economy. So by selling our gas to that market, we can actually reduce global emissions and bring home powerful paychecks to our people. Trudeau and Singh just want to shut down our economy, shut down our industries, ban your car, ban your straw, stop building roads. That's insane. That will do nothing for our economy, nor will a 61 cent a liter carbon tax. We need is technology, not taxes. Bring home production to our country. That's my plan.
And just to close off this interview, we do reach different multicultural communities across the country. Why should they support you? Why should they support Pierre and Anna?
What do you think? You got any ideas?
You go.
Well, look, if you want a country where hard work gets you a powerful paycheck that buys affordable food, gas, and homes in a safe neighborhood, then you only have one option. The last 9 years has been a nightmare. Everything's broken. Everything costs more, work doesn't pay, housing costs have doubled, crime, chaos, drugs, and disorder are common in our streets. That is the necessary result of Trudeau's wacko policies. Let's bring home the country that we knew and still love, where hard work pays off, where we axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, and stop the crime, where you can be safe in your neighborhood, where you raise your kids with your own value, where you're proud to celebrate our common nationality under the beautiful Canadian flag. That's the dream. Let's bring it home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Muchísimas
much.
gracias.
Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias.